Hello everyone and welcome back to the New England Sports Village here in Attleboro, Massachusetts. We get ready to go underway here for our second Academy game for the night now, as we'll see the 18U Northeast Generals take on the 18U Broncos Golden Country Hockey here from Rhode Island. Hello everyone, my name is Mason Strawn. I will be your commentator for tonight's matchup here. Finally, it is a tonight game. I've been saying tonight for the last couple of days now, and finally we actually have a night game. So finally can actually say that without sounding wrong now. But once again, we're here for the 18U Northeast Generals matchup against the 18U Broncos Gold Hockey. Once again, we're here at the New England Sports Village in Attleboro, Massachusetts. My name is Mason Strawn. I will be your commentator here for tonight's game. I got some starting lineups for you really quickly here. Starting off for the Northeast Generals, number 19, Trevor Riggs will be in the starting lineup alongside Dylan Rakes wearing number 4. Connor Ray will wear number 28 tonight, as well as Makai Santiago. He'll be wearing number 26. Number 11, Carson Zugic. He'll be wearing number 11. Number 5, Brady Erickson will be wearing number 5. Number 16 will be Wyatt Magruder, who scored a goal in yesterday's game for the 18U team. Number 10, Gavin Hoffman. He'll be in the starting lineup as well tonight. Number 22, Jason Tucker. Number 18 will be Nick Carpenter. Number 21 will be William Klingensmith. Number 14 will be Christian Williams. Number 13 will be Shane Bradley. Number 7 will be Shane Hill. Number 9, Bobby Nabozny. And number 8, Garrett Greenway will be in the lineup after not being in the lineup yesterday. It'll be Spinelli back in net once again, and Fritz Smith will be the other goaltender for this general squad. Now over on the other side, it'll be for the Broncos goal team, and fortunately, I don't have all the numbers right in front of me, but Ryan Barlow will be in the starting lineup here tonight, as well as Shane Bellaville. Jacob Boudreau will also be paired up with Cameron DeCastro. Joshua Ewing Chow, with the longest last name I've seen in a hockey jersey in a long time, is out there tonight, as well as Ryan Fournette. Aiden Goldman will be paired up with Christopher Hughes. Antonio Lombari will be out there, as well as Samuel Lopez. Thomas Mallet will be paired up with Drake Manning Almeida. Johan Pavicio will be in the lineup, as well as Jack Rebello. Steve Rodriguez will be paired up with Owen Skodris. Connor Sosa will be in the lineup, as well as Kian Stafford. And James Tillinghast, I should say, will be in the lineup as well. We don't see the Generals out just yet right now. I'm not sure if they're taking their sweet time right now in the locker room, if they're waiting for that 8:50 start time, or what the plan is right now. But currently, we are still waiting for the Generals to step out. The Broncos were instantly out on this ice pretty quickly, in all honesty. So we can see them making their little exercises right now throughout the rink. It'll be, if I'm correct here, apologies, as I needed to make sure really quickly. It will be Owen Skodris. He will be the starting goaltender, the only goaltender on this Broncos roster currently. So it'll be Aaron Murray over on the bench for the Generals right now. We're still looking for them right now. The buzzer's been sounding for them to come out onto the rink. We're still looking for them, so currently they must be still in the locker room. I'm not sure if they haven't heard the buzzers just yet or what the plan is right now. But currently the Broncos making their way over towards center ice right now, just getting themselves prepared for tonight's matchup. As of yesterday's game, with the unfortunate loss for the U18 team earlier in the day at the 10 o'clock start time for them. Unfortunately, we didn't have that audio for that game. I would like to apologize for that. That was my own doing for that dilemma. Wasn't intentional. Was just having technical difficulties on our side, so I do apologize for that. We're going to have the audio, obviously, here today. If there isn't any audio, please somebody yell at me while we still have the chance. Just want to make sure that we have everything set up properly this time around. But once again, it'll be 18U Gold Broncos Hockey Club going up against your 18U Generals Academy team. Again, we're waiting on this Generals team to make an appearance onto the ice. Aaron Murray is on that bench over there on that right-hand side, but, well, right hand from our side, I should say. From their side, it'd be more their left, but nonetheless, we're still looking for that team. I think I did see the assistant coach make a run over to the locker rooms over to tell them, hey, guys, where are you? We need to be out on this rink. They've been calling for y'all for the last couple of minutes now. We do have an 8:50 start time currently, but games beforehand we're able to get finished before at most expected times. We had an earlier game today for the 16U Generals team. They unfortunately fell 7-2 earlier to the Junior Hartford Wolfpack, but they also had their game start earlier than expected, so I think the Generals U18U team also expected the same thing for it to be a little bit later, but that has not been the case here tonight, as we can see. But once again here, we are waiting just simply on the Generals Academy team to make its appearance here, get themselves warmed up, and get into it. As that we see them here now, there they come out on the ice. So once again, we have that Generals lineup making its way out tonight for their final game here at the New England Sports Village on the night. Tomorrow morning, be prepared, ladies and gentlemen. NAHL hockey is back, and Northeast Generals hockey specifically is going to be back. We'll have our very first expedition game starting up tomorrow here, starting at the New England Sports Village. The season won't start until the early Septembers, but we will have our first expedition matchup streamed here at the New England Sports Village. That should be set for 10 o'clock tomorrow. Do keep an eye out on our socials. That'll have the correct time. I don't have it right in front of me, unfortunately, right now, but we will be having that live tomorrow. Be prepared and be ready and come watch some Generals hockey. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready for this 18U matchup here between the Broncos Gold and your Northeast Generals. Once again, Northeast Generals in the navy blue and whites, wearing the white domes here tonight. The Broncos country team wearing that royal blue and yellow. We'll call it royal blue. It's a little darker than royal blue, but we're going to call it royal blue with alongside the dark colored helms as well. Once again, it looks like it's going to be Skadris in net for this Broncos team, as well as it looks like it's going to be Fritz Ross starting in net. I'm not sure 100% if that's going to be the answer or not here, but he's been getting the main form of reps as of tonight. Wasn't given any numbers just yet on that side, but he looks to be the starting goaltender as we speak. But at this point right now, we'll have another minute 30 to go here before we get this game underway, so we will start a little earlier than that 8:50 anticipated time, so we'll be expected a little bit, but at the same time, I don't think anybody was really expecting hockey games to go a lot faster than what they're used to, right? But 22 and a half minutes will be put on for that first half. Second half will be also another 22 and a half minutes. We will not be playing a traditional 3-period hockey game. Yeah, I know, right? That doesn't seem very right for us, but it will be 2 halves, both 22 and a half minutes, as it's been for the tournament that's going on here at the New England Sports Village, as well as what this team has been taking part in for the most part. They, again, did lose in yesterday's game, but they're looking to see if they can maybe make a bounce back, maybe see if they can beat this Broncos team here as we get ready to go underway here. Less than a minute until game time is supposed to be starting here. It does look like Ross will be, not sure who the starting goaltender is just yet. It looks like it'll be Fritz Ross, but we're not 100% certain on that end just yet. But once again, we will see Garrett Greenway, number 8. He'll be in the lineup here tonight for the very first time. He wasn't in the lineup in yesterday's game. I believe he was scratched due to injury, but he looks to be in the lineup here tonight. See what he can do here after what was a bit of a underwhelming matchup yesterday for the Generals. They're looking to see if they can bounce back. Once again, Wyatt Magruder had that lead goal there to start, but fortunately, there wasn't really much more offense out there for the Generals at the time. They'll look to see if they can maybe make a little bit of a bounce back here. Once again, I do apologize for yesterday's audio issues. That was my own fault, my own doing. I've figured it out. We figured out the problem. Technical difficulties at the time. We have it figured out now. We're underway here. Everything should be all sorted and dandy. And I do hope that we have a good hockey game here tonight. It's some late-night hockey here on the East Coast. Anybody who's on the East Coast right now, it is 8:50 here p.m. We're going to probably get out of here by about 11 o'clock by the time games are all over for now. But it's going to be some late-night hockey for everyone. If you're on the West Coast, you're fortunate right now. You don't got to wait that very long to be watching this game. But anybody right now, if you're on this East Coast time, you know it's probably cuddle up with a blanket right now, get under the covers, and just watch this game from your TV, from your couch or your bed right now, because it's going to be a late-night game for us here tonight. But we're going to get underway here. 22 and a half minutes put up on that first period, or first half, really, on that scoreboard for right now. We're getting ready to go underway here between the 18U Northeast Generals and the 18U Broncos Gold Hockey Club here from Rhode Island, as we'll once again get ready to go here momentarily. As the teams converge on themselves currently to have their little pregame chants, get themselves prepared for this game here. Once again, it's a little bit of a light crowd here tonight, but something we've seen a lot of big, decent crowds here for this tournament, and they're still decent enough here, obviously, in comparison to what we've seen compared to most. But for what has been going on with, I think it was the Beast Rat tournament that's going on currently right now here at the New England Sports Village, it has been quite bustling and quite active here around the territory, and let me tell you, it's been kind of fun to watch, in all honesty. So we'll see what the Generals can do here in response as of yesterday's loss. They'll look to see if they can bounce back against the Broncos here tonight. So we're looking as they're getting ready to go underway here. I'd like to shout out my housemates over to my right-hand side right now who are chanting on for this Generals team, the NA3 kids. part of this Northeast Generals team, and this organization, I should say, alongside the NAHL squad. We have our NA3HL and obviously our 2 academy teams. This 18U team currently playing the 16U team that did take part earlier today. Once again, the 3HL team, I don't know when their next game is supposed to be just yet, but we do know that the NA team will start as of tomorrow. So let's get underway here, ladies and gentlemen. Here in the New England Sports Village, we'll get underway for this 18U matchup. Face-offs won by Broncos country back into their own zone really quickly. Gets batted away there for a moment by William Klingensmith. He'll be the starting center here for tonight. A big hit now on the close board, so this one makes its way all around the backside to Carson Zugic. Zugic gives it up, gives it off to hand off to Klingensmith. Klingensmith loses it for a moment. It makes its way back up the boards. Passed out in front. Once again, that one goes a little too far for Bobby Nabozny. Nabozny wasn't able to pick it up. Goes back around the backside here, and we already look to have a penalty possibly here in this beginning period, and we will. It'll be a tripping instantly called against the Generals. And that wasn't very quick, or that was pretty quick, I should say, in general. 29 seconds into the period. It's going to be Garrett Greenway, who is suiting up for the first time tonight, who goes to the box 29 seconds in. I don't think that's the type of introduction you wanted to have just yet, but it happens. It happens, Garrett. Trust me, I've been there, buddy. Don't worry. So we'll have a face-off now to the right-hand side. It is going to be Fritz Ross in the net tonight, as it's going to be one back on the Broncos side. He's going to make it all the way down to center ice now. Passes over across to Erwich Green, excuse me. I couldn't get the name out there for a moment there. Rodriguez now tries to pass it over the boards, hands it off to Sosa. Sosa loses it for a moment, though, picks it back up. Now he's got an opportunity. Tries to make the pass in front. He does for a moment there, but it's not going to be able to pick it up. Tries to dump it now. The Generals will dump it down into the Broncos zone. Stop for a moment there. Rodriguez trying to get it out of his own zone for the moment. We can't seem to get it away for the second now. Still on the power play here with about 1:30 on it to go for the Broncos country. Broncos now trying to break it out of their own zone, make it down into the Generals' territory, but don't make it very far as it's going to get stopped for a moment there as it's stuck around the backside of the net now. Trevor Riggs trying to fight for it for a moment, does finally dish it out of the zone and gets it to center ice. The Generals continue to pester now as he's been a very big issue here currently as Brady Erickson is letting it be known he's not going to go out without a fight. Broncos keep it in their own zone for a moment here, a minute left to go on the power play. Generals pick it up once again. Now gets stick poked for a moment there. It's going to have to be held by Fritz Ross, and that'll be a face-off here to his right-hand side. As for a moment there, Nick Carpenter was the one that was trying to pass it back to his own D-man. He got it picked off his stick there for a moment. We'll have a face-off here to the right-hand side of Fritz Ross. One back into the Broncos zone once again, trying to keep it in for a moment. He will for a second there. Gets batted down, and offsides will be called. I don't know if that did cross that blue line there. It didn't look like it at first. It looked like it bounced just enough off the knee pads to keep it in, but unfortunately for the Broncos, that's not going to be the case. 45 seconds still remaining on the power play. Win it back once again here, trying to dump it down into the zone. They will for a moment here. Ross is able to knock it down and keep it down in the backside of the net. Hands it off towards his teammates as it shoots it around the backside of the net now. Goes all the way up to the blue line. Bouncing puck goes all the way to the back behind the net. Hands onto the stick of, I believe it was Christian Williams there for a moment. They'll dump it all the way down, and it'll make its way into Broncos territory. Passes it back now, trying to see if they can generate some offense. Break it back out with 20 seconds remaining on the power play. Coming down the far boards now, tries to make the shot. Save made by Fritz Ross. He's able to make it off the shoulder, and it goes up and out of play. Fritz Ross really didn't get much time yesterday in comparison to Spinelli. Spinelli getting that first initial period yesterday for that 18U squad. Now it'll be Fritz Ross who gets that initial period of play. So we'll see a face-off here over to his left-hand side. It's going to be a scramble in front of the face-off dot. Finally goes back to the Generals' way. It'll go around the backside of the net. Now it makes its way onto Shane Hill's stick. Shane Hill trying to get it out of the zone. He can't get it out. Broncos fire it back into the zone. On the close boards now, tries to make the way around the backside, ends up on the stick there for a moment of Gavin Hoffman. Hoffman gets rid of it, sends it up towards center ice, finally makes it out, and the penalty kill is over. A good penalty kill there from the Generals as well, making a good job of that forechecking, able to keep the Broncos out of any form of actual danger, it feels like, was able to do a good job of protecting Fritz Ross. That one stays now down down towards the Broncos zone, makes its way around the backside of the net. Makes its way now towards center ice. As Trevor Riggs is going to have to chase it down. He will, and he's going to have to make a route down through his own zone. Makes the cross-ice pass now to Jason Tucker. Tucker now tries to find the pass in front to Riggs. Riggs has an opportunity. Shoots, scores! Top shelf Trevor Riggs! What a gorgeous goal from number 19. Able to top shelf it off. A beautiful little pass there from Jason Tucker. Just gets it ahead to Riggs. And that'll open the scoring immediately after the penalty kill. Great forechecking by the Generals on the penalty kill. Instantly turning around and making it into some offense. 19:30 to go here in the first. 1-0 your score. It's already looking like better results than what yesterday's game was at first whenever the Generals were going, as now they have an early lead once again. We'll have a moment here as it's going to have to be, I think it was a helmet issue there for number 9 on the Broncos there. I believe that was Hemwell, as I think was the name of the player there. I couldn't see what his jersey was for a moment, unfortunately, but now the Generals are trying to win it back in their own zone. Makes it back into their own territory for a moment here, trying to get it out. The Broncos won't let him get it out anywhere. As Trevor Riggs tries to get it out for a moment here, is not able to do so for the second now. Goes all the way over into the corner. Battling for it now, going to get chipped out of their own zone. Here comes Bobby Nabozny. Bobby Nabozny trying to get into the own zone. Can't get very far, though, as the Broncos are able to bounce it off his stick. Makes it around the backside of the net, trying to pick it up once again. Can't get it away. Picked up once more by the Generals. Tries to make the pass in front. Can't get it there. Nabozny knocks it down, though. Still in the Broncos' territory, trying to get it out of their own zone. They finally do. Makes its way to center ice, but gets dumped right back into the Broncos' zone. The pressure has been mounting. Broncos finally able to break it out towards center ice. 2-on-2 opportunity now, but the Generals continue to be a pester now as Connor Rye was able to get it off his stick for a moment there. Now trying to make the breakout pass, he does. Bobby Nabozny once again picks it up. Going down to the other end. He's had an opportunity here, trying to deke his way through all the Broncos jerseys. He picks it up once again. Is not able to hold on to it, though. Makes its way to the close boards. Fires it back into his own zone. Is going to be Wyatt Magruder. He had a goal in yesterday's game. Makes a big hit onto the right-hand corner. Now he's trying to get the puck on his stick. Trying to find a passing lane. Gets taken down in the left-hand corner. Gakes his way to the side of the net for a moment there. Magruder continues to chase after it. Now here's an opportunity for the Broncos. Coming the other way now, has to deal with a bowl of white jerseys. Gets a shot onto Fritz Ross. He's able to glove it down. Picked up once again now by the Generals, I should say. Broncos are actually able to intercept. Christian Williams with a bad pass for a moment. What a bounce! And oh my goodness, the Broncos score. What I think happened there was Wyatt Magruder knocked it out of the air for a moment. And it bounced right past Fritz Ross. That is quite possibly one of the oddest goals I think I've seen in a hockey game in a very long time. I don't even know who that goal is accounted for at that moment in time. It was just kind of a wiry pass towards the front of the net and just ended up going past Fritz Ross after it was batted away for a moment there by Wyatt Magruder. He tried to knock it down and ended up just knocking it into his own net. And Fritz Ross, who was trying to go out and retrieve that puck towards the top of his crease, lets it bounce by him. And it wasn't even his fault, really. He was on his backside. So 1-1 now to go with a 17:45 remaining. The Generals are going to pick it up from their own zone after the faceoff and make their way down. Trevor Riggs already has a goal tonight, now makes his way into the offensive zone. Not able to make it very far, unfortunately, as Fredette's able to get a buddy. Good hit there for a moment by Brady Erickson. He's already been a big issue here tonight on the forecheck. He's going to keep being known. Trevor Riggs now picks it up over near the blue line, makes a shot, gets it, bounces off of, guess who, Brady Erickson. That one stays down low, though. Puck continues to roll around on the close boards, makes his way up to Riggs once again. Riggs makes a fire, shot on, save made. And we'll have another face-off in the Broncos' territory. I still can't get over that goal that went in on Fritz Ross. He has to be kicking himself in the backside right now. It's not even his own doing, just simply the fact that it occurred after what happened was Wyatt Magruder knocked the puck out of the air and put it into his own net, essentially. It wasn't even Magruder's fault, really. He was just trying to bat the puck down. The Broncos will win this one back, though, as it's going to end up on the stick there of Trevor Riggs once again. Riggs tries to get the pass straight across. He's not going to find anybody, though. Here come the Broncos now with an opportunity. 3-on-3 now as it makes the way all the way down the other end. Trevor Riggs, though, picks it up once more. Now here's another opportunity for the Generals. Here comes William Klingensmith. Klingensmith, shot, save, made, hit right in the numbers. As Scotus is able to make yet another save. One to one your score here with 16:50 to go here in this first period of play. And what has already been quite the closely contested affair, I would say, at this point in the game. As the Generals win yet another faceoff. Try to hand it back for a moment. The Broncos have an opportunity now. One-on-one. Now he's going to try and see what they can do here as they're going to get stuck for a moment there. Great defense by guess who? Garrett Greenway. Or Greenwood, I should say. He was the one who took the initial penalty of this game. Broncos now take it around the backside of their own net. Nabozny trying to chase after him, or excuse me, yes, it is Nabozny. I thought that was Shane Hill for a moment. That's a shot on net. Gets batted away for a moment by guess who, Nabozny. Down in the close boards now. Big hits being laid out on those close side as now it makes its way out. Here come the Broncos now trying to break into the own zone. Too many white bodies in front, though. They're not able to make it very far. Fighting for it now is Greenwood once again. He took the initial penalty of this game, but the Generals were able to kill it off and then instantly turned around and make it into some offense as that goal by Trevor Riggs earlier in the game. As the Broncos continue to pester, though. Shot on, blocked in front. Big hit there in front of the net for a moment. No call is made. Now here come the Generals. Carson Zugic gets rid of it for a moment here, trying to get it to Nabozny. Nabozny now, shot, save made off the rebound. Puck makes its way over to the close boards, makes its way over to center ice once again. Here it comes once more the Broncos. I want to call them the Colts, and oh boy, here we go. That's going to cause some flurries in the corner now. As Fritz Smith took a fist to the head for a moment there by, I believe, number 93. Wasn't sure who that was just yet, but he did give him a bit of a push, and obviously that's going to cause a bit of a reaction out of the Generals. No call was made there, as Almeida was the one who made the hand gesture towards Fritz and knocked him over. I believe he was the one with the earlier goal as well against Fritz Ross on that weird redirect from Magruder. So Manning Almeida causes a bit of a flurry in the corner after he runs into Fritz Ross. So we'll now have a face-off here over to the left-hand side. There's too many men on the ice currently for the Broncos, but I don't think the Stripes were able to see that, actually. So the puck's going to make its way all the way down to the other end of the ice currently, as Dylan Rakes is going to have to try and chase it down. He makes a big hit over on the backside of the net for a moment here. As Rakes picks it up once more. Shot goes wide for a moment there, trying to get a rebound. Shot save made once again. That was a good shot by Zugic, but it gets blocked away. Pass goes straight across now as the Generals trying to control the puck in their own zone. Christian Williams gets it around the backside for a moment there. Fallen jersey. I wasn't sure who that was for a moment. That's Connor Rye. Connor Rye goes down for a moment. Now the Broncos have an opportunity. Puck goes off the stick there for a moment. He lost control of it. Now here come the Generals. Shane Hill now on the left-hand side, loses the puck for a moment, goes towards Zugic. Zugic's not able to pick it up. Almeida tries to pick it up. He does once again. He's able to get a good hand on it. Here comes Rodriguez. One-on-one opportunity. Save made. What a blocker save by Fritz Ross. Now on the far board once again, trying to get the puck out of their own zone. There's too many blue jerseys, though, for a moment for anybody on the Generals to get it out. Continuing to battle for it here on the boards now. They finally do get it out, and it's just a chip shot for a moment here, so no icing is the call. Shane Bradley's going to have to try and chase after it, but the Broncos have an opportunity. Coming in with a head of steam now. 4-on-4 coming the other way. Puck makes its way over to the back of over towards the far-sided board. Shot on, save made. Fritz Ross able to redirect it away. Puck stays on the close boards once again. Big hits are being laid here by this 18U team of both sides, in all honesty, but the Generals have laid them flat for the most part. Shane Bradley now on the left-hand side, passes it off now over towards his teammate Jason Tucker. Tucker now on the close side, shot, save, score! Gavin Hoffman in front, finds the rebound and scores. Jason Tucker with the initial pass, he made the initial bounce in front and then was able to put it back home. So Gavin Hoffman puts one away, and now it's 2-1 your score. And now the Generals are going to receive a penalty for that one. I believe it was for having too many men on the ice, essentially, in that celebration. Shane Bradley's going to go to the bench. 2-1 now your score. Shane Bradley's going to receive the penalty, unfortunately for him. That the Broncos are going to win it back into their own zone. Holding it back in their own zone now, trying to see if they can generate a rush here. The second penalty kill here for the Generals. They did a good job on the first one. They'll see if they can maybe reproduce the same results as what they saw before. Pass out in front. No one's able to get a hold of it for a moment. Jason Tucker's going to chase after it, try and dump it out of his own zone. He's not able to do so. Mallet now tries to get the pass in front, gets stuck in his teammate States for a moment there. Good swing and a miss, and the puck keeps going. And we're seeing bodies here in the corner for a moment now. There's a bit of a fight right in front of Fritz Ross there, as the Broncos are still off sides. For a moment there, it would look like there was a bit of bodies everywhere for a second as Skotos will sit on that puck. I wasn't sure who it was just in front of Fritz Ross there for a moment, but it looked like someone had a stick stuck in between their legs and wouldn't let it go. The Broncos player was giving him a shove from behind to try and get his stick back. I believe it was Bobby Nabozny who was the one that got put down there in the corner for a second. Don't be surprised if this game gets chippy here really quickly, ladies and gentlemen. A minute 20 still on the penalty kill for the Generals. The Broncos win it back into their own zone for a minute here, but now they're going to finally break it out. Not going to make it very far here. Stuck on the blue line for a moment. A great stretch pass across the ice. Shot, save, block made there by the defender in front. This one makes its way all around the backside for a moment here. The Broncos are able to pick it up. Sosa now on the right-hand side. Takes a big hit from Nabozny. Now stays down on that left-hand side. Number 7. Shot, save, made on the backside of the net. Fritz Ross able to get a small piece of the glove on that one. Shot, save, made once again on Ross. He's able to keep the leg pads down. Stays on those far boards, trying to find another pass out front. Finally does. Goes over his blocker and scores. Ross trying to get the glove hand up, got it redirected in front. And unfortunately for him, that one beats him blocker side. So now 2-2 your score here through the first. 12:45 remaining. Power play goal for the Broncos. As Fritz Ross there got a little blinded by the jerseys in front and got beat on his blocker hand side, thinking it was coming for his glove, as the Generals will win this face-off and try and generate some offense here into the Broncos zone. Bodies are going to be everywhere here as offsides will be called. It was Wyatt Magruder there who did score in yesterday's game. He was the one that was trying to keep it in the Generals, or should I say into the Broncos zone, but the Generals area. As this one gets won back by the Generals here for a moment, is going to stay its way into center ice and finally make its way all the way down onto the side of the Broncos net for a moment there. Big hit from Dylan Rakes. Gets counter hit, though, for a minute, though. Here's the shot. Save made by Skatos. Here's the rebound. Possible opportunity. Goes around the backside of the net. Unfortunately for what I believe was Wyatt Magruder there, he wasn't able to find the backside of the net. The door was open there for the Broncos for a second, but here they come now. 2-on-1 opportunity. The only person back is Trevor Riggs. Goes around the backside of the net for a moment. It's Almeida once again. Puck makes his way over the far boards, gets chipped down to the opposite side of the boards. Big hit once again this time. As it stays on that far-hand boards, continuing to be in the general zone for a moment here. Now we're going to finally get a stoppage in play. As I believe offsides is the call. 12 minutes remaining here in this first period. Already 2-2 between the two sides. Face off here on the close-sided dot for the offside circle in the general zone. Drop down, and Broncos are able to come away with another victory here, but the Generals are going to pick it up immediately. William Klingensmith makes the shot on net, save made, and we'll have yet another face-off here 6 seconds later. So Gavin Hoffman and Trevor Riggs have the 2 goals here tonight for the Generals. Now here come the Broncos, though, trying to see if they can maybe take their first lead of the hockey game. Makes the pass all the way up to Rodriguez. Rodriguez takes a big hit into the boards from guess who? Garrett Greenwood. He has that first penalty of this game, but he's able to make a big hit there on the boards. And now here come the Generals. Possible opportunity once again. Skato's able to block it away for a moment there. Bodies over on the close boards here as it's continuing to being a feisty game here. The body's been thrown about quite a bit in this game. Greenwood knocks it down for a moment here, but now here come the Broncos. 2-on-2 into the general zone. Gets it onto the stick of Rodriguez. Save made in front. Fritz isn't able to hold on to it. The goal comes off its pairings. And here we go. The bodies start going once again. As Greenwood's wrapped up with somebody over on the glass for a moment here. I'm not sure. And Shane Hill wants a piece of somebody here on these close boards. Words and hands are being thrown about right now on the backside of the net as Fritz Ross made the initial double save there against, I believe it was Rodriguez. Now with 11:15 here in the first period, already 2-2. It's already gotten into quite the feisty matchup. It's already going to be a penalty here against the Generals, as I think the Stripes are trying now to sort out what happened. I don't know if they know what happened at this point. Not even a general jab at them, but more along the lines of who's who and where's where and who's what now. According to the score sheet right now, 2 Generals players are currently in the box, and a player from the Colts has already been tossed. Lombari has already been tossed from this game. And now we're going to see Greenwood back in the box for the second time here tonight, and Klingensmith will be joining him. As there's currently an explanation trying to be told to the head coach, Aaron Murray, right now, of the Generals. So it'll be a 5-minute major to Lombari, as well as 2 minors to Greenwood and William Klingensmith. At least this is according to what I'm seeing right now. As now there's going to be a general explanation over towards the other side here to the Broncos coach. In what has already been an interesting start to this hockey game, to put it lightly. So as we continue to try and figure out what in God's green earth is going on right now in terms of penalties and so on and so forth after the bit of a scuffle on the backside of the net there, as Greenwood was the one who got into it with somebody on the backside. I think it was Lombari. So now we're going to have a penalty removed for a moment here, as Greenwood is no longer on the board. However, I wonder if he's still in the box. He is currently right now. There will be another body, though, as well in the box for the Colts, or for the Broncos. I keep calling them the Colts. I apologize. I keep thinking Broncos country and getting the word Colt in my mind. But the Broncos currently have a player in their box. Greenwood is in the box still, as is William Klingensmith. And as mentioned before, Lombari of the Broncos has been officially tossed from this game as he was induced with a major penalty. So with 11:15 here still to go in the first period, 2-2 your score, as Klingensmith will have a penalty against him. It will be a power play for the Broncos, but the Broncos will lose a player in this matter. They do win the initial faceoff here, as the Generals will go on their 3rd penalty kill of the game, and this pass goes all the way down back into Broncos territory. Skatos there, I think, did think that a Generals player was the one that zipped it down. He put his hand up thinking it was going to be icing. It was not, as it was one of his own players that came away with it. But now here come the Broncos here for a moment. Gets batted away once again. A great job there by the forechecking forward. This one will be called, though, for an icing. Makai Santiago was the one who sent it down. I did say it was going to be some late-night hockey, right? And late-night hockey always has this tendency to just go a little wild now, doesn't it? 10:50 remaining here in the first. 2-2 your score. The Generals scoring that initial goal before the Broncos instantly responded with their own, and then the Broncos giving up a goal there for a moment, as well as getting their own in a matter of literally minutes later, as the Broncos have their own shot here. Opportunity in front. Fritz Ross is able to get a hold of it first, and that one hits crossbar. Beat him up top for a moment there, but it bounces out and away. I think all the Broncos players there for a minute thought that one was going to go through. It didn't, though. Still 1:10 left on the power play for the Broncos. Makes his way around the backside of the net here, trying to find an opening. The Generals forechecking has been excellent here tonight for the most part. Goes down to the far boards once again. Nabozny tries to get it out. It does make its way a little further up the boards. Trying to get to it was Makai Santiago, but he's not able to get enough of it. Stays down there. Fritz Ross is able to get another stick on it. Makes it way up to the left-hand side. Slap shot, save made by Ross again. It stays in front. Ross keeping in front once again. He's been keeping the rebounds to the minimum in front very well here tonight, and that's another example of it here with 10 minutes remaining and 42 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Generals. 2-2 is still your score. Ross has made himself look pretty big in that net here tonight. Good for him. Although the 2 giving up goals, as the Generals now dump it into the Broncos zone. Icing will be called, as the Generals bench is not going to be very happy about that call, though, as they thought that there was at least enough jerseys down there not participating enough for it to be a icing call. But unfortunately for them, their yells are going to be put on deaf ears, as the referees have already had to try and manhandle this game away after the bit of a rustle and tussle that occurred after the Fritz Ross got taken down for a minute there in the general zone. Rodriguez now on this right-hand side is going to get a shot on, and Fritz Ross is going to glove it down immediately. 9:45 left in the game, 29 seconds left on the power play. And what, again, has already been some late-night shenanigans here in Attleboro. Face-off one once again, now over towards Trevor Riggs in the right-hand corner. Riggs now trying to go around the backside of the net. A pretty big kid, as we can imagine. He's already laid out the body a couple of times here tonight. Now here come the Generals. Carson Zugek now trying to make his way through a couple of Broncos jerseys. Not able to do so. Here come the Broncos now trying to get the puck. Nabozny's able to shoot it back down into the zone. Continuing to fight for it here. Shane Hill trying to chase it down. He'll be the runner here, it looks, on this power play. There's 3 seconds remaining on it, though. 9:15 remaining in this hockey game. Even strength now for the Generals. Broncos now trying to keep it in their own zone for a moment here. Gets it out towards center ice. It's going to make its way down into the general zone for a moment here, but a good stick for a moment by Trevor Riggs. Makes it pass out in front. Now here comes the Generals once again. Shot, save made by Shane Hill off the rebound. Shoots it, scores! Wyatt Magruder! He had one yesterday. He wanted another one. He got it. Magruder scores after a nice shot by Shane Hill gets redirected in front. It almost looked like it was a bounce pass. So Magruder gets his second in 2 days, his first of the night. And the Generals take a 1-goal lead, 3-2, with 8:55 remaining in the first. As the puck is dropped and the Generals just keep on pushing. This one makes its way over to the Broncos zone for a moment here. Continuing to be fought for here as the stick handles have just been going all over the place. As this one makes its way all the way down. A big hit there from Garrett Greenwood. He's let the body be known here tonight. He's got his first game being suited back up, and he has taken some hits and thrown some hits. Going around the backside of the net, once again, here's Shane Hill. Shane Hill makes the pass up with the right boards. It's going to make it all the way down as Shane Bradley tried to get a piece of it, but couldn't get enough. Broncos pick it up and now try and break it across center ice. Not able to do so, though. It was a good stick there for a moment by Nick Carpenter as Carpenter shoots it back down to the end, or down into the Broncos zone. Puck now makes its way onto the far boards for a moment here. Trying to keep it in for a moment is Connor Rye. He's going to give it up, though. Now it's a 2-on-1 opportunity for the Broncos. Now the only one man back there is a save is made by Fritz Ross. The only man back there for a moment was Garrett Greenwood. He was trying to get some support there for a moment by Dylan Rakes. But Fritz Ross gets a hit right in the numbers, and he's able to make the save. So with 8:05 here in the first, the Generals still hold the lead. Face off here to the right-hand side of Ross. One back now by the Generals. Goes around the backside of the net. And now makes his way over to the far boards. Pass goes up the boards here, trying to get it out of their own zone. They can't for a moment there as Nick Carpenter picks it up. Carpenter now passes it off towards his defensive pairing for a moment here in Christian Williams. Christian Williams hands it back over to Carpenter. Carpenter loses it for a moment. It's on the backside of the net. Pass out in front. Can't get it to anybody. He ends up in the skates there of a moment for Jason Tucker. Tucker loses it, though. Carpenter tries to lay the body. He can't make enough of contact there. Almeida, who took that initial hit against Fritz Ross that caused the first scuffle in this game, passes it back up now over to the blue line. Puck now on the close boards here for a moment. Trying to get it back towards the front of the net. Can't seem to do so as Carpenter now gives it up for a moment there. Almeida takes a shot. Save made by Ross. The net comes off its hinges. Fritz Ross again trying to make himself look big, and he does there as Almeida tried to find the back of the net there from an odd angle, but wasn't able to get it to sink. Face-off won by the Broncos once again. Tries to make a pass over towards center ice. Gets it knocked away for a moment here as the Generals continue to battle for it. Santiago loses it for a moment. Almeida now trying to get a wraparound. Can't get it to go. Enough of a leg save there by Fritz. Ross is able to get his toe across and is able to make it enough so that way it goes off the bar. Finally get it out of their own zone of the Generals. Pass goes straight across here. Nabozny now trying to pick it up, getting it into the Broncos zone. Nabozny keeps fighting for it on the close boards. Goes all the way down into the corner. Battling for it still here. The Broncos finally able to get it out. Trying to swing at it for a moment was Trevor Riggs. He's going to have to try and somebody's going to have to try and beat Almeida to it. Almeida loses it for a moment. Fritz Ross is way out of his net. He lost his stick. Trying to get to the puck there for a moment. He does. He's able to at least collide enough to keep the puck away from the net. Nabozny now trying to get the pass in front. He does. Shot, save made. Carson Zugek tried to make the shot. Zugek picks it up once again on the boards. He's got it stuck in between the referee's skates for a moment there as Santiago tries to pick it up. Santiago. Now in the right-hand corner combined with Zugek trying to get it. But unfortunately for them, Almeida is able to get away with it once again. Makes it way across center ice for a moment here. The defense of the Generals able to keep it down. Gavin Hoffman able to knock it down for a moment. Nabozny now makes a little stick handle moves, trying to go across center ice. He does, but loses it over to the Broncos once again. Here they come now, 3-on-4. The Generals in favor. Fritz Ross gets the rebound in front of him. Pass goes out. Nabozny now picking it up once again. Shoots it down to the Broncos zone. No icing the call. The Generals continue to pester the bejeebus out of this Broncos crew. They continue to try and find some opportunities. They've had some good ones here tonight, but they've done a good job at Fritz Ross. As now it's won again here by the Generals. Here they come once again, trying to get it out of his own hands is Connor Rye. He's going to take a penalty here, and now the Broncos are going to take their first of the night. Tripping will be the call. Is Connor Rye able to make enough of a maneuver to cause the penalty? So the Generals here will get their first real power play, I'd say, of the night. As the special teams have been going, but it's mostly been the PK. 5:25 here remaining in the first. 3-2 your score. The Generals still lead. As now the Broncos are able to win back the faceoff and dump it down into the Generals zone. Excuse me. The Broncos now trying to use the speedy skates here, trying to just go around the Generals zone. But now we're going to get the stick tapped away from him for a moment here. It's going to go down the other way. Wyatt Magruder, who has a goal here tonight, 2 on the last 2 days, loses it for a moment. Now here come Rodriguez with the Broncos. Rodriguez now takes the shot, goes wide, makes it all the way around the backside of the net, goes over to the faceoff circle. Pass goes all the way up, and there goes the net again. As Rodriguez, I think, took a bit of a hit there from Connor Rye, or at least got redirected enough so to get himself shot into the net, essentially, is 4:50 remaining in this first period. Three to 2 now your score here in the first. 1:27 still on the power play for the Generals. As this puck makes its way all the way over now to the offsides face-off dot near the Generals zone. Or the Generals bench, I should say. The Generals will win this back into their own zone as it goes all the way down into the corner. Now picked up by the Broncos. Shot out in front. Fritz Ross is able to get a piece of it. Jotty's in front. Nobody's able to get a hold of it for a moment. It makes its way over to the close boards. Rodriguez now trying to get a shot in front. Can't get it away. It's blocked away. Now picked up by Santiago. Santiago with a head full of steam trying to go down the left board. Shots, goes wide. Goes all the way to the blue line. Trying to keep it in for a moment where the General is not able to do so, though, is Greenwood. Greenwood passes it back now towards Carson Zugek. Zugek makes his way all the way back into the General zone, and he'll ask for a reset here with 50 seconds remaining on the power play. Pass goes across to Trevor Riggs. Riggs has his own goal here tonight as well. He goes across the center ice line, tries to see if he can come in with a head full of steam. Handed it off to, I believe there for a moment, it was going to be Dylan Rakes. Dylan Rakes loses it, though, goes all the way down around the backside of the net, goes all the way down to the close boards, and the bodies continue to pile up there. Makes his way around the backside. Dylan Rakes picks it up once again. Rakes goes around the backside of the net, hands it off to Greenwood. Greenwood tries to hand it off to Riggs up the boards. Gives it up, though, towards Santiago. Santiago now tries to get it down in front of the net. Gets his pass blocked out in front. The Broncos trying to get it out of the zone. They can't do it, though. Puck stays on the left-hand boards now. Trying to get it out of their own zone. Barlow now trying to get it out of the Broncos' territory. A good stick once again from Zugek, but not able to get it out, though. 3 seconds remaining on the penalty kill. The Broncos are able to kill it and then shoot it right into the Generals' bench. So the penalty will be killed. But unfortunately for them, they will have this puck end up back in their own territory, I believe, as that one got shot into the Generals' zone. 3:21 remaining here in the first. 3-2 your score. The Generals lead. Face-off won by the Generals once again into their own zone for a moment here. Trying to get it out is going to be Christian Williams. He will. It'll make its way all the way down to the Broncos zone. It's not going to be icing called, though, as there was a tip on the play. Jason Tucker trying to chase it down. Over on the left-hand boards, now the Broncos have a head full of steam. Almeida, he already has a goal here tonight. Trying to come in with a head full of steam once again. Going towards the front of the net. He's not able to do so. Hooking will be called as Almeida falls to the ground. 2:56 here remaining in the first period. 3-2 your score. as it's going to be Gavin Hoffman, who has a goal here tonight, will go to the box for predominantly essentially the rest of this period except for the final 56 seconds. So another penalty kill here for the Generals. They win it back and they're able to get it out of their own zone here, just getting it in front to Rodriguez. Rodriguez now trying to get back into his own zone as constant pestering here from Shane Hill. Gets sticked away there for a moment by, I believe there was Jason Tucker. Tucker was able to get enough of a forecheck to keep it away. Handed off now to Rodriguez. Rodriguez makes his way into the General zone. Makes his way around the backside of the net. Takes a bit of a hit there from Greenwood. Gets the dump in now out of the General zone, and it'll make its way all the way down towards the Broncos territory. Minute 30 left on the power play. 2:25 here in the game, or in the first period. Pass out in front, makes its way over to center ice now. 2 on 4 here as the Broncos try and get one in front. Fritz Ross is able to bat it away. Stays on the round the backside of the net. Connor Rye gets it out. Shoots it down the other side of the net. Puck was tapped for a moment there, I thought, but it's going to be an icing called anyway. Minute 10 here left on the power play for the Broncos. 2:05 remaining here in the first period. 3-2 your score. The Generals still lead after goals from Trevor Riggs, Wyatt Magruder, and Gavin Hoffman. As Magruder will actually be the one taking the face-off here for the Generals. He'll win it back here once again. Try and dump it out of their own zone. They will get it just far enough out after the Shane Bradley stick, who's going to keep being a forechecker indeed. He's going to make his way all the way down to the corner, essentially, continuing to be a pest. Big hits laying out there in the corner for a minute. Going to be a shot on net. Save made. Now along the close boards, 50 seconds remaining on this power play. Here come the Broncos. Sosa now trying to make his way down deep into the General zone. Shot, save made initially there. I believe it was by Shane Bradley who made the leg save essentially. Trying to get it out of their own zone now as the Generals. Pass out in front, doesn't make it very far. Passes all the way down as Christian Williams. Icing will be called. 30 seconds remaining here on the initial power play against the Generals with a minute 26 here remaining in the first period. 3-2 still your score with the Generals lead. And what has been quite the scrappy game here, as already there's been an ejection and about 6 or 7 penalties. Face-off won this time by the Broncos, makes it all the way over to the far boards. Gets blocked out in front for a moment there, and makes its way all the way around the backside of the net. Pass gets intercepted once again by Santiago. Santiago now trying to come out along with a head full of steam. He's got it on the right far boards. Tries to get the pass in front, can't get it to Greenwood. Gets just batted away by the goaltender. 10 seconds remaining on the power play here. Reverse hit there by Makai Santiago. He's going to chip it down into the zone with 3 seconds remaining on the power play. He's going to go to the bench. Or should I say the penalty kill, specifically with the Generals. Power play for the Broncos. It's even strength now. 50 seconds remaining here in the first period. The Broncos now trying to come out with a head full of steam. 3-on-2 or 4-on-2 essentially now for the Broncos. Pass tries to go out in front. Nobody there. Goes around the backside of the net. Puck still now down there as it's going to be on the far corner. Finally makes its way out. Gets stolen away by Almeida for a moment there. Almeida now trying to go around the backside of the net. He will. He's got slick skates. He's done an excellent job at showing that here tonight. Goes across to the far side now. Far shot. Save made by Fritz Ross. He's able to get enough of it. 20 seconds remaining in the first period. Puck goes all the way out towards the center line. Gets picked up by Carson Zugat for a moment, but he's not able to hold on to it. Makes its way across the center line again. Manning Almeida, makes the drop pass. Save made by Ross. That puck lays out flat. Sosa trying to get enough of it. Makes the pass out in front. Stuck in the skates of somebody in front. Makes its way out of the zone. Period ends. 3-2 your score here through 1. As, oh boy, here come the voices once again. There's been a feisty game as we've seen between these two sides. In what has been quite the game here between the Generals and the Broncos. So we'll have a quick break here immediately. 3-2 your score after goals by Trevor Riggs, Wyatt Magruder, and Gavin Hoffman for the Generals. We'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you for listening to the Generals broadcast. Please stay by. We'll be back in quite a moment. Hello, everyone, and welcome back here to the New England Sports Village here in Attleboro, Massachusetts, as we get ready to go underway here for the second half of hockey here between the 18U Northeast Generals Academy team and the the Broncos Gold 18U Hockey Club team. As we get ready to go underway here once again for the second period, 3-2 the score currently through one in what has been a competition, to put it lightly. Whether it's going to be the competition of who can beat the crap out of one another faster or who can outscore the other team faster. It's been a little bit of both at this point, in all honesty, as the Broncos have also been quite feisty with this Generals team. As the first little bout that we saw was, as you can see right in front of us actually right now, is just having a little bit of a chat between Manning Almeida, and right there was Garrett Greenwood, who actually got into a bit of a tussle after Fritz Ross took a hit from Manning after he accidentally put his hand, I believe it was accidentally, I'd like to believe it's accidentally, obviously, put his hand down and accidentally got Fritz Ross in the face, who is the starting goaltender here tonight for the Generals. He'll be back in net, actually, for the second half of play. Manning put down his hand and got him in the face and ended up making him sprawl across to the backside of the net, which caused the first scuffle of the game. The second scuffle came when Rodriguez came in on a breakaway. He was initially knocked down after he took his two shots onto Fritz Ross, who knocked both of them down, obviously, and caused a whole conundrum that made pretty much an official battle there for a moment, which ended up in an ejection from one of the Broncos players and 2 penalties against the Generals, including a power play for the Broncos. Obviously, though, the Generals still lead here 3-2 after the original goal by Trevor Riggs, which was then answered back by, I believe it was Manning on the weird rebound from, Wyatt Magruder, who then promptly turned around and scored his own goal. So he's technically got 2 tonight, but really he's only got the 1 for the Generals. Then that went the other way as the Broncos were able to respond with their own once again. Then now Gavin Hoffman was the last goal scorer, if I'm correct here. I believe it was Hoffman who scored the last one. It was Magruder who scored the second one. I could have those two mixed up currently, but at the moment it was Gavin Hoffman who scored that last goal to give the Generals their lead here as we sit into the second half here of hockey. We'll have 22:30 remaining again on the clock as we hop right back in here to this ice hockey game here at the New England Sports Village on the Premier Rink, home of the original NAHL and the NA3HL teams of this Northeast Generals Hockey Club. We'll actually have that NAHL roster playing tomorrow morning. Do check in on our social medias for that game tomorrow, but we're going to get underway here for this Generals roster currently. The puck will drop and it'll be won by the Broncos back into their own zone for a moment here as the battle will continue. It's going to be Barlow's going to have to chase after Trevor Riggs there for a moment as now it makes its way all the way into the zone. We're already going to have an offsides here, I believe. No, we're actually going to have elbowing immediately. In a matter of 11 seconds, we already got a penalty. And it's going to be against the Broncos. Immediately, 11 seconds into the period, the Broncos are going to take a penalty here, and it's going to be a power play opportunity. So here comes the special team units for the Generals. Face off here now over to the right-hand side of the goaltender. This one gets won back for a moment here by the Broncos. It's going to actually be fought for, and Trevor Riggs is going to come away with it. Trevor Riggs using that big body of his, trying to keep the puck away. Makes his way up to the blue line now, tries to hand it off to Nabozny. Nabozny, shot, save made off the blocker side. It'll go up and out of play. As we'll continue to hold the same goaltending duo here. Fritz Ross was the initial goaltender in that first half. They do still have Spinelli on the bench. He just hasn't really been used in this game. He got a lot of the time yesterday. Owen Skodras has done an excellent job for this Broncos squad here tonight, even though he has given up the 3 goals. The Generals are able to keep it in the zone for a moment here, trying to make the pass out across, and oh boy, here goes Manning. Manning with a head full of steam. He's already quite the speedy forward as is. Tries to make the deke move, gets the puck knocked away from him though. Santiago was the one that was trying to keep the puck in the zone. He did, and then ended up getting a bad pass there. He's able to save the play, though, for a moment here. Pass goes all the way up now towards Garrett Greenwood. Greenwood now, who's already made a couple of hits and taken a couple penalties, makes the pass up to the blue line. Pass gets intercepted once again by Manning here. Now here come the Broncos. 2 on 3. So trying to kill off this penalty. A minute 10 left still on it. Buck tries to go around the backside of the net. Fritz Ross is able to pick it up for a moment, though, and that one stays in front. And that'll be a stoppage in play as he's able to hold on. With 21-22 here to go in the second, a minute 4 left on the power play for the Generals. They've only had one real shot attempt here, unfortunately. They've had two different passes go up to the blue line, get intercepted by Manning Almeida, but he now goes to the bench, and now the Generals will go to their second pairing of offense. We'll go around the backside of the net here. The Generals do win the initial face-off as Connor Rye trying to get past it was looking like Rodriguez there. It is Rodriguez continuing to try and be a four-pecking menace as this puck finally makes its way over the center ice line. Now a 3-on-1 opportunity. Now 3-on-2 as Lopez is finally able to get back. A misread there as it was going to try and be a pass over towards Gavin Hoffman. He goes the opposite direction, though, and the puck makes its way all the way in the back side of the net. Nick Carpenter trying to get it out in front. Carpenter finally does get it out in front, but the Broncos able to pick it up and shoot it all the way down to the other end. 30 seconds remaining here on the power play. No icing will be called. Nabozny will shoot it up all around all the way to center ice. Nick Carpenter tries to fire it by. He will for a moment here. We'll get a stoppage in play as I believe it was offsides. As Wyatt Magruder, I think, was the one who got caught there for a moment. He was trying to make his way back on sides as he tried to tap dance his way across. 20-40 here remaining, 20 seconds on the power play. Face-off is won by the Generals once again here. Makes its way down into the Generals zone for a moment as Lopez tries to go through with it. Nabozny, though, able to pick it up. Now he makes his way with a head full of steam here. 2-on-2 now. Goes on the left-hand side. Shot goes wide. Goes all the way up to the blue line here for a moment. Tries to keep it in. They will. Generals continuing to try and get another decent opportunity here. Shot save made once again by Skatos. That one goes high. A great shot by Shane Bradley for a moment there. Shot, another toe save. Rebound, shot again. No goal, can't go through. Skatos continues to fight in front. That one goes wide. Jason Tucker continuing to try and pepper the goaltender. Not able to get anything in front. Now we're even strength. Puck goes all the way down into the front of the net here. Tries to glove it in hand and goes in front of the goalie. 19:54 remaining here on the clock. The Generals still lead 3-2. So we'll face off here to the left-hand side of the goaltender. This one goes back once again. Shot's going to go way wide up and above the goaltender. Goes all the way over to Riggs once again here now on the left-hand side. Riggs now trying to go away with it, but he's going to lose it for a moment here. Now here come the Broncos. They have a 2-on-2 opportunity here with the rush. Now another defender's able to make it back and make it off the redirection. Puck goes out in front for a moment here. Is able to get away. Shot, save is going to be made there by it wasn't Riggs. No, it is Riggs. Apologies. Trevor Riggs was able to bat that one down. This puck makes its way up and out of play, though, after the redirect off the double stick. It's going to stay right at the face-off dot where the offsides would be right in front of the Broncos bench after what looked like it was just off of two different sticks there with 19:30 remaining here in the second. Puck is dropped and one back into the Broncos zone here for a moment as the Broncos will see if they can generate some offense here. Goes a little too far, though. Makes it onto the stick of Christian Williams. Williams makes the cross-ice pass here. Tries to get it to the stick of Jason Tucker, but isn't able to get it onto his hands. Broncos pick it up. Sosa now trying to go across the center ice line. He will. Gets the puck taken off of his stick there for a moment by Tucker. Tucker now loses it. Goes all the way around the backside of the net. Williams is going to have to try and fight for it. Williams picks it up now. Shoots it up the boards for a moment here. The Broncos pick it up. Fritz Ross isn't going to have to deal with it because that one goes all the way around the backside of the net. Shot here again by the Broncos. This one gets kicked out in front there for a moment that was by Williams as well, as this one makes its way all the way around center ice. Sosa now picks it up once again. Shot goes wide once more. Picked up once again, trying to get it out of their own zone for a moment, the Generals, but now here's a chance, 3-on-1. Shot goes wide once again. Fritz Ross is able to stand tall. Pass out in front now, gets picked up now by Dylan Rakes. Rakes tries to get out of his own zone. He will here after the initial shot. Now here's an opportunity possibly for Shane Hill. Shane Hill on the left boards takes a big hit. He has no other white jerseys to assist him. Dylan Rakes now finally makes his way into the zone, picks it up now, makes it over to the far boards. Dylan Rakes tries to find the body in front, can't get it to anybody. Picked up now by the defense. Fired it down low, deep into, I believe there was Shane Hill. Shane Hill loses it for a moment, and now it's going to go across center ice. 3-on-2 here for the Broncos. It's going to get picked up for a moment here. Goes out in front. Fritz Ross is going to bat it away. Manning Almeida now sends it back around the backside of the net. It's going to be a battle here with Shane Hill. Shane Hill trying to battle away from number 5 of the Broncos here. I don't have a name for that one, unfortunately, but here comes Dylan Rakes now, picks it up, tries to get it out of the zone, but Manning, once again, being a pest, tries to find the body in front, gets it to 5 in front. Fritz Ross is able to leg it away. Pass over to the center of the ice. Dylan Rakes picks it up once again, now breaks into the zone. Goes over to the far boards, goes back up around, and tries to send it down deep into the Broncos zone. Picked up now, tries to get the pass in front, as goes through different feet here and goes back into the Broncos zone. Now they have an opportunity possibly. 3 on 3, I should say, as Manning tries to find the body in front. Goes a little too far, as Greenwood there was trying to go after the puck. Puck continues to scramble around here in the general zone. Finally picked up now by Nabozny. Nabozny now takes it across center ice. He'll have a 2-on-2 opportunity. Gets the puck taken away from him across the backhand. Now here come the Broncos once again, 3-on-3 with them. Barlow tries to get the shot off, gets blocked out in front. Barlow picks it up once again on the close side boards, gets bodied out in front once more, as hits keep flying here from the Generals. Pass out in front once again. Fritz Ross is able to get a hand on it, gets batted away once again on the rebound. Makes his way up to the blue line here, continues to battling it on the close boards. Bodies continue to fly here in this 16:30 remaining on that second half. Puck makes its way over to the center ice dot now, makes its way all the way down to the Broncos zone. It's going to be chased down there for a moment by Shane Bradley. Bradley gets his feet taken out from underneath him for a moment there, tries to pick up his stick. Finally does, gets over down to the Broncos zone though in the far boards. Continuing to battle for it here is Shane Bradley. He's going to have to try and chase it down, but it's going to stay in the Broncos zone as they continue to try and cycle it through. Now here they come. Sosa now on the far boards, trying to see if he can break through. He's not able to do so, though. Too many white jerseys in front. Bradley picks it up, tries to get it across the blue line. He will, but now he's stuck where he's standing. Puck finally goes through. Hand goes up, and a penalty will be called. And both of them are going to go. It's going to be Shane Bradley and Sosa both going to the box. So two different penalties here. It's going to be offsetting essentially between the two sides. Shane Bradley's going to go to the box here for the Generals, and Sosa for the Broncos is also going to go. With 15:50 here remaining in the second half, the Generals still ahead 3-2. Puck is dropped, and the Broncos will win it back towards their side once again here. Take it back into their own zone, trying to find a body up in front. They finally do, but it gets knocked away by Trevor Riggs. Riggs continuing to stand in front with that big body of his, and now here come the Broncos. Broncos have an opportunity here. Big save by Fritz Ross again. This one goes wide. Tries to get the pass out in front to Manning. Manning tries to get the stick on it. Can't get it to go as Fritz Ross once again stands tall. Pass goes up along the boards now. Jason Tucker's going to try and pick it up along the backside. He's not able to do so. He's going to try and chase down Rodriguez, though. Big hit there now as well as it's going to be down in the corner. That was a big one by Wyatt Magruder on the close boards. Puck makes its way around the backside again. Wyatt Magruder tries to pick it up. Another penalty, this time cross-checking. And Wyatt Magruder and Rodriguez are getting into it, and the bodies are going to go in here again. 15-11 still here remaining in this second half of play. And I did mention it was going to get feisty. William Klingensmith is going to go to the box. So Klingensmith's going to go to the box there. I believe it was for cross-checking. It will be. As we did see another body also go to the box there for the Broncos. I'm not sure who that is right now, but he is currently sitting in the box. I'm not able to identify who it is, and he's not currently on the score chart, so we're currently waiting on the explanation from the referees as they're currently chatting it up with the statisticians right now, for the moment at least. As now the explanations come to both coaches for a moment here. As what has been some late night shenanigans, we'll put it that way in all honesty. Again, it's 15-11 here remaining in the second period. 3-2 your score, the Generals lead. So we'll see two penalties up on the board right now. The Generals will take two. Wyatt Magruder will also go to the box. So number 8 for the Broncos. I believe that is Barlow. I don't know if that's correct. I might be wrong. I believe I am wrong, unfortunately. I don't have the names to numbers here, unfortunately, in front of me. And what has been, to put it lightly, quite the chaotic matchup here tonight. So the explanations keep on coming over to the Bronco bench. I'm not sure what else is needing to be told right now. So we'll make it all the way down to the Generals zone here. So the Generals will be on the penalty kill, as Wyatt Magruder will also go to the box. So I'm assuming he was offsetting penalties there for a moment. And now Wyatt Magruder is going to be the main person. No, it's going to be a 5-on-3 now. So Wyatt Magruder and I believe for a moment there it was Brady both go to the box. So no, it will be a 5-on-4 now. I don't know. I don't know. 5-on-4, yes, okay. So the Generals do have the 5-on-4. Magruder's going to be the one with the penalty. So the puck makes its way all the way down to the Broncos zone immediately. Here comes Nabozny trying to get to the puck. He will in time, but the puck's going to end up in front of the net. He collided for a moment there with a goaltender who was trying to get out to the puck there. And Nabozny trying to beat him to it, did for a moment, but wasn't able to get past him. Now here come the Broncos with an offensive opportunity. Go around the backside of the net here, going over to the left-hand boards. Pass out now towards Manning up top now. Manning Almeida already has a goal here tonight. Shot, save made by Fritz Ross. He's able to get a leg on it. Rodriguez passes it up now the boards. Now goes back down towards the bottom half of the outside boards as it goes across now back to Manning Almeida. Manning Almeida's going to miss it, and they're going to have to recuperate here with 1:15 left on the penalty kill. 14:25 remaining on the game clock. Almeida passes it up now on the right-hand boards. It's going to be a big body hit there from Garrett Greenwood once again. Greenwood gives up the pass in front, though. It's going to go all the way out towards the blue line. Shot, save made by somebody in front. Greenwood gets it out. Manning Almeida is going to pick it up. Almeida trying to stick handle through. Nabozny, though, won't have any of it. Greenwood tries to dump it out. He will for a moment here as Brady Erickson's going to try and be another pester. He's been a great forechecker here tonight. Puck continues to stay down in the Broncos zone for a minute. Manning Almeida almost lost it for a second there, but he's able to get it away. Puck stays now on the close hand boards for a moment, makes it all the way around the backside of the net, goes all the way back up to the blue line with 30 seconds remaining on the penalty kill. Now here's an opportunity possibly for the Generals. Here comes what I believe is Jason Tucker. Tucker with an opportunity, shot save made. Tried to go between the 5-hole, couldn't find it. 20 seconds here remaining on the penalty kill, 13:30 remaining on the clock. Still 3-2 the score, the Generals lead. Trevor Riggs fires it all the way back around the side of the net, goes all the way down into the Broncos zone. As Jason Tucker had the opportunity of the breakaway, he's now going to be the forechecking forward. 5 seconds remaining on the power play. This one makes its way all the way down to Fritz Ross, who's going to hang on to it, and will have a stoppage. And the players will now all exit out of the penalty box. There's all 4 of them there. Will finally make their way out of the box with 13:11 remaining here in the second. 3-2 your score here. The Generals still lead. Face-off one, now over towards the General hand side, going over on that far boards corner. Now a battle continuing for it here as it makes its way all the way up to the blue line. Finally gets its way across center ice. The Generals have an opportunity here possibly. Here they come once again. Zugek tries to get the shot on. He does for a moment here. Great save once again. The rebound going to Dylan Rakes. He's not able to get enough of it. And now here come the Broncos for an opportunity possibly, but it's going to be Shane Hill once again trying to play some defense. Shot on, save made by Ross once again off the blocker. Goes to the stick of Shane Hill once again. He's going to take a body in the corner. Now it's going to be a bit of a fist fight for the puck. Makes his way to the backside of the net once more. Continuing to battle for it here on the backside of the net. Nobody can move it. It's stuck on the backside of the net. Finally, Trevor Riggs is able to come away with it. Tries to get out of his own zone. Gets stuck on the defender's legs. Now it's going to try and bounce up and out of play, and it'll end up in the Generals' bench. With 12:18 remaining here in the second. Still 3-2 your score, and we get some tunes now. It's only 10 o'clock at night. Let's listen to some tunes while we're at it here. 3-2 your score. The Generals still lead. Trevor Riggs with the initial goal. Wyatt Magruder and Gavin Hoffman also scoring. Puck is dropped and won by the Generals. Goes around the backside of the net once more. Rodriguez going to have to be the defender to try and get in front there, but he's not able to do so. And Nabozny trying to get the puck. Puck gets swatted down for a moment there by Shane Bradley. Bradley loses it, though. It goes all the way over to the close side boards. Rodriguez sends it back around the backside, and we'll have a stoppage in play. I believe the door was forced open there for a moment. It was. Oh, that's quite odd. Apparently somebody forgot to close the door on these close boards, because that thing flung open on the initial hit there with 12 minutes remaining here in the second. Still 3-2 your score. The Generals lead. Puck is dropped once again here. Shot on, save made by Skatos. He's able to kick it away, and no one's able to get to the rebound. Puck goes around the backside once again. Nabozny tries to pick it up, not able to do so. Goes all the way back around to the opposite boards. Kept in once again. Nabozny trying to get a stick on it. He does once more, trying to keep it in front. Can't do so there. Now Lopez will try and go around the backside of the net. Instead, he'll actually go around the front side, and now tries to get it out towards center ice. He does. Puck goes all the way across from the pass from Manning Almeida. Goes into the general zone. Manning Almeida now shot. Save made by Fritz Ross. No one in a Broncos jersey is able to pick it up. Now Rodriguez does. Takes the shot in front. Santiago took that one in the chest. He finally dumps it up around the boards. Manning Almeida now takes it, puts it back down for a moment here. Bodies continuing to fly here in the final 11-13 of this game. Rodriguez misses the initial one, takes the hit for a moment here as the close boards continue to be a fight, and oh boy, here we go once again. It was a big hit there on, I believe it was Makai Santiago. For a moment there, Rodriguez. And I believe that maybe Rodriguez will be going to the box, so he will. He's going to take a cross-checking charge as he tries to have a conversation here really quickly with the referee. So at first it will be Rodriguez going to the bench, or will be going to the box. I don't know if Connor Rye will. I don't believe so currently. No, it will be. So Connor Rye will go to the box as well, so it'll be offsetting penalties. I thought that looked correct, and it will be. So 11:05 remaining here in the second period. 3-2 still your score. So you can currently see the NA3 team currently standing down looking at the game for the glass on the bottom left-hand corner. That shot goes way wide for a moment here. Garrett Greenway gets the puck taken away from him. Manning Almeida tries to get another shot. This one goes way up and around the backside of the net. Greenwood continuing to fight for. I call it Greenway. I'm used to Garnet Greenway of the NHL, so apologies, Greenwood. I don't mean to call you that. This one goes around the backside of the net once more, makes its way up to the blue line. Shot on, save made by Fritz Ross once again. He's looked tall in net tonight. He's made the most of it. Pass gets botted down right again. It goes all the way out towards center ice. As William Klingensmith, who already has a penalty here tonight, takes that one, tries to get the fight over towards the middle line. Puck makes its way all the way back down into the general zone, and now a penalty will be called. I believe it's holding this time. As the Generals are going to take the penalty here, Klingensmith with another one. I had to say something about that penalty, and it was going to end up costing him, wasn't it? I had to jinx him. So 10:18 here still remaining in the second period of play. Another penalty taken by the Generals. They'll go on the PK once again. They've been pretty successful tonight on it, of course. I knock on amounts of wood here. They've killed off the majority at this point. We'll have a face-off to the right-hand side of Fritz Ross here. It'll be one back into the Broncos' hands for a moment there, as it was going to be an attempt there by Nabozny. Nabozny now has an opportunity, possibly. He's going to try and outskate the defenders. 2-on-1 for him. He's trying to get to the front of the net. He does for a moment, but he's able to get it sticked away. Nabozny with an awesome opportunity there with the forecheck was able to get enough of the skate off the initial pass there, as the Broncos now try and break it out. They do. And now he's going to have to deal with a whole boatload of white bodies in front. Nobody else in a navy or a royal blue jersey is able to get to it in time. But this puck makes its way all the way over to the close boards. Goes around towards the backside of the net. Doesn't make it very far. Now it finally makes it around the backside of the net. Goes all the way up to the blue line for a moment here. Shot on. Doesn't make it through as Trevor Riggs is able to block it down. Riggs now tries to make the initial pass on Nabozny. Goes way too far, and icing will be called. 9:30 remaining here still in this second period of play. As we get some love music here with 10:05 p.m. here on the East Coast. 9:30 remaining in this game. We're going to get some nice little tunes here for ourselves. Whoever's making the music choices tonight, I appreciate you. 1:13 remaining still on the penalty kill for the Generals. Puck is dropped once again. The Broncos will win it back towards the blue line. Pass is shot made, goes over the head of Fritz Ross and goes up and out of play. We'll have another face-off here to the right-hand side of Fritz Ross. Why can't we all just be lovely people here tonight, right? That's the whole point of this song, it feels like. This one's won by the Generals. Taken now on the left-hand side. Here they come once again. This time it's going to be Carson Zugak. Zugak shoots, scores! Beats him glove hand! And a short-handed goal for Carson Zugak. Beats him on the glove low hand side, and that's the fourth one tonight for the Generals. 4-2 now your score on the shorty. Zugek on a 2-on-2 opportunity comes flying down the left boards, able to beat the goaltender who came out a little too far. Wasn't expecting the low glove hand, isn't able to get down to it. 9:15 remaining here in the second. 4-2 now your score. And here come the Broncos once again. Now it's Manning Almeida trying to see if he can get himself a goal again. That one goes way too high and up and around the boards. Now here come the Generals once more. Sent back around the backside of the net now. Dylan Rakes trying to get to it now. He's not able to do so, but it's going to get picked up by Shane Bradley. Bradley continuing to battle here down on the bottom half, trying to continue to forecheck. Puck makes his way around the backside of the net again, goes towards the far boards. Shane Bradley continuing to battle here. Manning Almeida now trying to pick it up and trying to go around the backside of the net. Now coming with a head full of steam, trying to see if he can generate some offense here. He's been slick skating all night tonight. He'll see if he can do so again. Goes around the backside of the net now, trying to find his pass. Finally does now up to the blue line. Almost loses it for a moment there. Makes it all the way across. Shot, save made by Ross once again. Tries to get over. Rebound, doesn't go. Takes it through. Manning Almeida scores. Fritz Ross tried to get across the crease one too many times. Unfortunately, went from his right to his left to his right again, but wasn't able to make it across the distance again. So 4-3 now your score with 8:18 remaining, and I believe that is a power play goal for the Broncos. So now a one-goal game. Once again, as the Broncos win this one down into the general zone here. Barlow now trying to go down those right boards. Tries to find the pass in front. Can't get it past Trevor Riggs, who's used those tree trunk legs of his to try and keep the puck away. He's done an excellent job at that tonight. Puck makes its way almost all the way across center ice. Doesn't make it far enough, though. Shane Hill bats it away towards center. Trevor Riggs picks it up once again. Goes across the center ice line. Makes his way down into the Broncos zone. Trevor Riggs now is continuing to try and battle for it. Lost it in his skates for a moment. It's continuing to sit in the skates of the goaltender, and he hangs on. 7:50 here remaining in this second period. 4-3 your score. As Sosa now is coming back from what I believe was the locker room for a moment there. He's coming across center ice, making his way back over to the bench. I'm not sure if he needed to use the restroom or what was going on there, but he's back. As this one tries to make its way down to the general zone, it will here for a moment now. Makes its way all the way down to the far ends. Makes a shot onto Fritz Ross. He's able to get some legs on it. Barlow now picks it up on the far left side. Battling for it now. He's able to make a nifty maneuver. Tries to get the pass in front. He does for a moment there. Shoots and scores. No one in a white jersey was really in front there. Now it's a tie hockey game. A beautiful move there by Barlow to be able to get the pass in front, which was able to at least get the handoff to the passing in front, which has no real white jerseys there, unfortunately, to stop the shot. And unfortunately for Fritz Ross, he had no real room to move with. He would have had to try and make the giant flying save if you want to get in front of that one. So 7:30 remaining here in the second. Still now 4-4 your score, as the Broncos here have tied this hockey game up once again. They've done it a couple of times tonight. They've been feisty as well. And now they've tried to bring it back into a tie game. Pass around the backside of the net once more here. Goes onto the Broncos stick. Tries to get the pass in front once again. Five tries to make the shot. Goes wide again over Fritz Ross's shoulders. Pass out in front once more here. Goes over to Santiago. Santiago with a head full of steam now on the right-hand side. Will get a stoppage here. I believe it was offsides. Interesting song choice here with 7 minutes remaining in a tie hockey game. But you know what? Let's get some calming tunes, I guess. So we'll have a face-off here right in front of the Broncos bench. Puck is dropped, and the Broncos win it back for a moment here, but the Generals are able to pick it up now. Nabozny now trying to pick it up once again. This one makes it over towards the center line for a moment here. As the clock is not going here for a moment now, as the shot's going to be made. Save made by Fritz Ross once again. So unfortunately, the clock wasn't running for a moment, but we do have it correct now. It is at 6:55 currently. Here in the second period, now a 4-4 hockey game. Puck is dropped. The Generals are able to win it back and towards their own side. Now that's Garrett Greenwood now lays the body on the backside once again. He's done an excellent job here tonight of doing exactly that. So he makes the pass out in front now towards what I believe there was Carson Zugek, who he had the go-ahead goal. Now he has the tying goal at the current moment as Manning tries to pick it up once again. The Broncos pick it up once more. Makes the initial pass now. They have an opportunity possibly. Now 3-on-3. Shot, save made once again by Fritz Ross. Hits him right in the logo. 6:30 remaining here in the second period. 4-4 your score. And now we got Future playing. The song choices are all over the place tonight here. It does feel like a hockey game now, doesn't it? Face-off one once again here by the Generals. Greenwood now trying to fight for it. Sends it around the backside of the net. Makes its way over to Dylan Rakes. Rakes now sends it back down towards his teammate Connor Rye. Connor Rye now trying to send it up the boards. He does finally to Rakes. Goes through his legs, though, up to Sosa. Sosa takes a bit of a hit there for a moment there. Not able to get it out of the zone, though. The Generals are out of position. Picks it up, though, now is Dylan Rakes. He tries to go back around the backside for a moment. He will shoot it around the backside of the net and make its way out of the General zone. Big hit there for a moment there from Shane Bradley. Continues to be a good pest on that forechecking attack. He's done an excellent job at that tonight. Continuing to be a pest. And now the Broncos continue to try and make their way through the zone. Sosa now trying to go past the blue line. He finally does. Loses the puck for a moment here, but keeps it in. Now makes its way across the center, or across the yellow line. That's a blue line. Apologies. Barlow now picks it up on the outside boards. Barlow, shot, save made by Ross. Rebound and scores. Ross wasn't able to get in front of that one, unfortunately, on the rebound. And that one will go through, and for the first time tonight, the Broncos have taken the lead at now 5-4 with 5:34 remaining. Ross has done an excellent job here tonight, at least keeping the rebound short, but unfortunately that one just got a little too far away from him, and they're able to sink it. Puck drops to center ice once again here. The Generals trying to win it away. They will for a moment here. Trying to send it down into the Broncos zone. They do. Broncos pick it up now once again here. Trying to get it up those outside boards. They do finally put it all the way down into the General zone. Will there be icing? No icing called. Trevor Riggs will have to chase it down. He will here. Now he'll come up with a head full of steam and runs into his own teammate for a moment there. Puck makes its way over to Nabozny now at center ice. Nabozny now tries to send it down. Accidentally shoots it into the Broncos bench. And we'll have a stoppage in play once again with 5:10 remaining here in the second. Now the Generals down by a goal. For the first time tonight, they are now down. They've been in the lead or at least tied from most of this game, if not all of it, up until these last couple of, 30 seconds or so. Puck is dropped once again. The Broncos are able to come away with it. Now here they come. 3-on-1 opportunity for the Broncos. Pass out in front. Save made by Fritz Ross. Lost the stick, but able to get the legs in front. As the puck comes the other way now. Here's Nabozny trying to get the pass out in front to Santiago. Santiago's not going to be able to come away with it for a moment. Tries to get the pass in front. Save made. Big hit onto Santiago down now over in the right-hand corner, and he's down and hurt. A big hit there for a moment on those boards as Santiago was slow to get up. He does get up eventually, though, in front of the referee there in the right-hand corner. He took a big hit there to the side of the head, it looks like. He's messing with his helmet currently. But he's able to get up and skate his way over to the bench. With 4:45 now remaining here, 5-4 still your score. You can tell he's a bit frustrated as well with the hit that he just took, as well as he spikes his stick for a moment there. He's not feeling very good after that initial hit. I can't say I would blame him. This one's dropped once again. One back by the Generals. Goes over to Trevor Riggs on the left-hand side. Riggs now with a head full of steam, trying to go into down into the Broncos zone. Does so just enough to be able to keep it at the blue line for a moment here. Manning Almeida, though, is able to knock it out. Puck goes over to the far boards now. Try to get back down in the Broncos zone. Sosa now picks it up. Makes the initial pass, goes too far, makes it past Barlow, ends up on the stick now of the Generals. This one makes its way down further as it goes into Jason Tucker's hands. This one hits a hit onto the boards. Fritz Ross is going to hold on to it for a moment, and we'll see another call here. Penalty will be made. So with 4:15 remaining, we'll see another penalty against the Generals. Christian Williams will go to the box. As I believe he took a charging call there along those boards for a moment. So he'll take the penalty, and another penalty kill for the Generals. As we'll take a moment here for the Stripes to have a conversation with the statistics man, try and get it figured all out for a moment. As Christian Williams is trying to look for an explanation as well from the Stripes. He'll go over and talk to Aaron Murray for a moment. the head coach for the Generals. As Murray simply just shakes his head. And we'll try and go underway and continue play here for a moment. So it will be a 5-minute major to Christian Williams. So it will be a charging call, and it will be a major penalty. He'll be out for the rest of the game. With 4:15 remaining, it's a 5-minute penalty. He's out for the rest of it. So for the second time, we've seen a major penalty here tonight. The other one was a penalty that actually ended up causing the removal of a player from the Broncos side. But now this time, it's going to be Christian Williams who's just going to spend the rest of the game in the box. As we'll also see Shane Bradley step into the box for a moment here. I believe he's supposed to be in there kind of as the backup in case we go to overtime, I believe, or something like that. I don't believe we have overtime, though, but he's going to also go to the box, but he's not on the score sheet. So the Generals will win the faceoff, though, in their own zone here. As Greenwood will try and win it away for a moment here. As the Broncos will now have an opportunity for 5 minutes. Shot save made off the chest of the forward there as this one makes its way all the way down onto the goaltender's stick. 3:56, the Generals will need another shorthanded goal. We already have one tonight with Carson Zugek, but they'll need another now if they want to tie this game up. Pass over to the shorthanded boards, now going over towards the General zone. That's Greenwood will make the pass now as it goes all the way up towards Nabozny. Nabozny now loses it for a moment, goes back over to the Broncos side. They'll cross center ice and try and make their way down into the zone. Lopez now trying to make the pass. Trying to looking, trying to get the pass off. That's a high stick. It looked for a moment there, but it will be a high stick. And we'll go down further into the Broncos zone. It looked like a high stick at first. I was correct. I thought that was right. With 3:22 remaining here in the second period, 4 minutes still remaining on that power play for the Broncos. It will remain probably until the very end of this game unless they find a way to score. So the Generals will have to try and find a way to score another shorty here to hopefully tie this hockey game back up. Face-off is won by the Generals for a moment, but the Broncos are able to pick it up once again. Here comes Manning Almeida. Manning Almeida shoots it down onto Fritz Ross. Fritz Ross now trying to send it around the backside of the net. Ends up putting it along his boards. Trying to find it now is the Broncos. They get it down further into the zone as it makes its way back up to the blue line. Shot save made out in front as that one got batted away for a moment. Goes around the backside of the net here for a moment now. Makes its way back up to Manning Almeida on the close boards. Passes it back up to his defenseman on the right-hand side. Back down to Almeida. Almeida now trying to find the shot. Looking. Gets blocked in front by Riggs. He's done an excellent job of using, again, those tree trunk legs. Pass makes its way all the way out. Goes all the way down into the Broncos zone. And here comes the forechecker now, Jason Tucker. Tucker now trying to compete with the Broncos defenseman now. As now here come the Broncos once again with 2:30 remaining. Makes his way, it's Sosa on the left-hand boards once again. Now it's going to be a battle for it in the left-hand corner for a moment here as Tucker is able to get away with it. Tries to hand it up towards what I believe there for a moment was going to be Carson Zugek, who already has the shorthanded goal tonight. He'll fire it all the way down. No icing is called. Pass makes it all the way up now, goes towards center ice. Here come the Broncos once more. It gets shut down for a moment here by the Generals. Makes its way all the way back down to the Broncos zone. Once again, no more icing here pretty much. As Dylan Rakes is trying to chase it down. That was Nabozny trying to make the pass in front. Shot on, save made for a moment. It bounced off Nabozny's legs actually, including a couple other Broncos players. Puck makes its way down into the General zone. Nice little pass up ahead. Here's Nabozny now. 2-on-1 opportunity with Dylan Rakes. Nabozny, shot, save made, rebound out in front. Can't net it down, though, is Dylan Rakes. 1:40 still here remaining. Here comes Rodriguez now. He's going to get tripped up, and that looks to be a penalty here, though. No, it won't be. It'll be offsides. I thought it was going to be a penalty for a minute there. I thought Rodriguez caught a stick to the skates, but actually it's going to be an offsides call right in front of the Generals bench. With 1:33 remaining. And we'll have Holler Back Girl being played here. 5-4 your score. The Broncos lead now for the first time here tonight. Face-off won by the Generals. One back into their own zone here for a moment now. Trying to find the initial pass will be handed off to Nabozny. Nabozny now will hand it off back towards Connor Rye. Connor Rye now loses it for a moment, and he guns into Nabozny as Nabozny now gives it up. 2-on-3, I should say, opportunity. This pass makes it all the way around for a moment. Fritz Ross sends it around the backside of the net, and Fritz Ross lets him know about it, and that's going to be a penalty against the Generals. Fritz Ross, I think, trying to protect himself as he was out of the crease, though, lets the stick be known across the legs, and he's going to take a penalty for it. So now the Generals will have to play 5-on-3 hockey for the final remaining a minute 11. And what's just turned around into kind of melting down events here, unfortunately, is the call against Fritz Ross will now make it 5-on-3. Shot off the faceoff, doesn't go through. Fritz Ross is able to make the leg save, though. Minute 5 remaining here in the game. And no one's able to get across on that passing one time as everyone gets knocked away for a moment, though, by I believe that was Carson Zugek, who again has the shorthanded goal here tonight. Pass goes up to Sosa now. Sosa across to his teammate Mallet on the right-hand side, I should say. Pass goes down around the backside of the net, trying to find a body in front, gets stuck in the skates of them in front, but not able to get it out. Now finally does make its way out of towards the center ice line. Zugek now trying to be the straightforward forward again, now trying to see if he can get himself that tying goal once again. Big hit there for a moment from Hoffman. Hoffman not able to get enough of him, but he's able to at least take the puck off of him for a second there. The goaltender will come to the bench. No, he won't. Never mind. Fritz Ross saw the puck come back into his zone and said, no. I'm going to go back to the net now. 20 seconds remaining here in the period. 5-4 your score. The Broncos still lead as he takes a big hit there from Trevor Riggs. He makes his way back down into the zone for a moment here, as now here comes Carson Zugek, tries to get out of his own zone, not able to do so. 8 seconds remaining here in the final period of play. Trevor Riggs trying to find Zugek up on the pass, not able to do so. That'll end it here, as the last final pass attempt there from Trevor Riggs up to Zugek gets batted away. Final score, Broncos Gold 5, the Generals 4. Being ahead for almost all of this game, the Generals unfortunately not able to come away with the victory. So once again, final score here, 5-4. The Generals fall, unfortunately, to the Broncos Gold Hockey Club, as the 18U team, who led for a majority of this hockey game, were not able to close it out, unfortunately. As Trevor Riggs had 1 goal, Carson Zugek had the 4th goal of this game. I believe Trevor Riggs had the first one. It was Wyatt Magruder with the second, Gavin Hoffman with the third, and Carson Zugek, who he thought had the go-ahead, stay-ahead goal. Unfortunately, did not stay the case, as the Broncos are finally able to responding with 3 goals, essentially, in the final 10 minutes of play. And that'll end it here once again in New England Sports Village. That'll be our final game for the night. Try and check up on our social media for tomorrow's matchup with the NAHL squad. Once again, Northeast Generals Hockey is back here in Attleboro. We'll be back here again with a preseason matchup tomorrow for the NAHL squad. Do keep an eye on our social media for that information. That should be set for 10 a.m. tomorrow. I believe that's the correct time. Don't quote me on that just yet. Do keep an eye on social media. They'll have a better answer for you, in all honesty. I don't have the info right in front of me, unfortunately. But once again, the Generals lose here, unfortunately, tonight, 5-4 to end out this hockey game here between the 18U Generals Academy team and the 18U Broncos Gold Hockey Club. So once again, final 5-4 here in the New England Sports Village. My name is Mason Straughn. It's been an honor to commentate for y'all once again here, and I do hope you all have a good night here. It's currently about 10:23 here on the East Coast. Well, I think we're all going to bed after this one, essentially. So have a good night, everyone, and have a safe trip home.